my chairman and the vice chairman have talked more about the figures. And the only figure they have not mentioned, which I would want to mention, Honorable Speaker, for purposes of policy level, is the public debt. In the budget, Honorable Speaker, the public debt this year is going to be 1.11 trillion. So, Honorable Speaker, you realize that it is the first year in the history of Kenya that public debt has crossed the 1 trillion mark. And if you look at the report which was tabled by the Committee on Public Debt and Privatization, Honorable Speaker, this matter as a country, we need to pay a lot of attention on in terms of how to manage this particular public debt. Looking at the figure, Honorable Speaker, of above 1.1 trillion in terms of borrowing, Honorable Speaker, you realize in terms of consolidated fund services expenditure, Honorable Speaker, it has also moved to about 1.15. And out of that figure, Honorable Speaker, interest alone is 1.11 trillion. So you can see, Honorable Speaker, we are paying a lot of money in terms of interest. And what this has done, Honorable Speaker, it actually makes our fiscal space be very limiting. So that's one of the challenges we are facing as a country, that our fiscal space is so restricted to an extent that then you don't have a lot of resources, Honorable Speaker, to spend in terms of taking care of needs of the country. Honorable Speaker, the other matter which I think is critical is the issue of pending bills. This matter as a House, we have discussed about it for many, many times, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, there are two areas I would want to mention relating to pending bills. One of the reasons is that the main cause of pending bills across the sectors, and from our interaction with the sectors, is that the exchequer release, Honorable Speaker. That we are budgeting, but when it comes to the actual money being released to the MDS to do the work, there's a challenge. And what that has done, Honorable Speaker, it has pushed the pending bills to be very high. And it's time we started also a serious discourse on pending bills. What happens, Honorable Speaker, when you have such a huge pending bills in a country like ours, then you stifle the economy in terms of growth, that money is not really in circulation, and as a result of that, then not many economic activities are happening. And when you are talking about projecting high economic growth, and at the same time having high pending bills, Honorable Speaker, that does it much well. So it's important we address this matter. The other matter, Honorable Speaker, which is also important, and we have picked from our discussion with the departments, is that we have so many uncompleted projects all over the country, Honorable Speaker. And we have been saying, if we really want to help this country, instead of having so many uncompleted projects, and when it comes to budgeting, we spread all the resources thinly to all the uncompleted projects. I think it's time, Honorable Speaker, we started now identifying projects with huge impact to the economy. We complete them, and if we phase them out, over time we can actually be able to complete all these projects, and then Kenyans will be able to get value for money, and we'll be able to improve the lives of our people. The other matter, Honorable Speaker, which is critical is, if you look at the budget, Honorable Speaker, the Auditor General has been allocated about 9 billion, Honorable Speaker. And what has happened over the years, the Office of the Auditor General has been generating very important reports with very important recommendations. I think it's time, Honorable Speaker, we started tying Auditor General's recommendations with the budget making process, so that, Honorable Speaker, those accounting officers who have been singled out to be either misapplying or engaged in corruption do not continue benefiting from additional resources, while those who have applied their resources well, Honorable Speaker, are not getting enough resources. And, Honorable Speaker, that's why I'm saying, even at the county level, as you look at the formula for allocation of resources to county level, it is important, Honorable Speaker, we reintroduce the part of fiscal discipline as a factor in determining how much a county gets. In that case, Honorable Speaker, we improve use of resources and we'll be able to help the country. The other issue which is critical, Honorable Speaker, and this really continues really becoming a challenge in this country, is the issue to ensure that we mainstream equity issues in the budget making. So that, Honorable Speaker, when we are talking about budgeting, that all parts of this country, there will be seen to be equity, and not even being seen to be equity, Honorable Speaker. Equity is also being practiced in the budget making process. A lot of our colleagues, Honorable Speaker, will keep on complaining that they are not getting resources to their respective areas. And I think it's time, as a country, we deliberately, Honorable Speaker, start talking about equity. Honorable Speaker, you are likely to realize that as you continue this debate, don't be surprised to see some honorable members complain that their regions have not gotten any money. And where they have even gotten money, Honorable Speaker, a time will come when through supplementary budgets, those resources are also removed. So, Honorable Speaker, what am I recommending? I'm recommending that, Honorable Speaker, from the word go, we look at equity issues at the time we are making our budget. And even when money has been put, Honorable Speaker, we try as much as possible to protect reduction of these resources through supplementary budgets, ensuring that equity is there. Honorable Speaker, I want to give you an example. If you look at the budget for Konza City now, and I want to thank the budget committee and the department in charge of Konza City, they have actually put a lot of resources for Konza City to make that this city becomes operational. And this is a very good decision, Honorable Speaker, because Konza City, once it becomes fully operational, is supposed to transform this economy in many ways. That being the case, Honorable Speaker, over the years, at the level of annual estimates, we put resources for Konza City. But during supplementary budgets, we reduce all of that budget. So at the end of the day, you find you had very good intentions at the start, but towards the end, you can't implement those intentions because the budget has been reduced, Honorable Speaker. The other point, Honorable Speaker, I wanted to talk about is what I was saying, Honorable Speaker, is the issue of the contingency funds. If you look at the contingency funds, and you remembering what the chairman said, Honorable Speaker, this year, the budget is being prepared under very strict external conditions, Honorable Speaker, looking at what's happening out there, the war in the Middle East, and so many other external factors, Honorable Speaker. It means that we must be very disciplined the way we use our money. And that being the case, Honorable Speaker, there is need then to provide much more resources to take care of any emergency contingencies, Honorable Speaker. Because when things work the way they are likely to work, Honorable Speaker, we are likely to face a lot of local challenges, what we call local emergencies. And that being the case, we can only address such emergencies through the contingency fund, Honorable Speaker. So we have now reduced from 5 billion to 2 billion. So in case there is improvement in the revenue collection, Honorable Speaker, this is an area I think we need to push slightly much more money so that we help the country. Honorable Speaker, we are putting resources in quite a number of sectors. But still, I think these sectors, we need to really focus on them so that in case we get additional resources, Honorable Speaker, we take care of them. The first area is capitation, Honorable Speaker. We are still facing challenges. The second one, Honorable Speaker, is health issues. We are still having serious challenges with health issues. We need to think about putting more resources. The other issue is education, more so examination department, Honorable Speaker, where our people are supervising exams, but they are not being paid for those services. So we need to improve our national examination allocation. The other issue, Honorable Speaker, is the money for elders. You really want to appreciate. Honorable Speaker, you and me, we have been in this house for long. And you remember every year there is a motion about giving some stipend to the village elders. I'm so happy that this is the first budget. We have now put resources so that we appreciate the good work being done by village elders, Honorable Speaker. And I think as time goes, Honorable Speaker, and if the resources allow, it's time we also think of improving the stipend as time goes. The last point, Honorable Speaker, is revenue collection. We are realizing very low revenue collection, Honorable Speaker, and KRA needs to up their game. We have given them resources so that they are able to up their game. I hope the resources which have been given to KRA, Honorable Speaker, will be utilized properly so that we collect enough money for this country and we reduce our public borrowing, Honorable Speaker. With those many remarks, I support and I thank you for the opportunity, Honorable Speaker. Thank you so much.
Very well. Vice Chair, Administration, D. Dorasso.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.